My name is Ajiwala Roti from Giddy Host.
Good morning. My name is Fumilaya Kimba. This is Comtech Communication Limited.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Redemption. I am from Comtech Communication Limited. Can you hear me? Okay, my name is Redemption. I am from Comtech Communication Limited. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Christopher Naboya from Naptech Digital Net Limited.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Hasia Isa from the National Information Technology Development Agency.
A very good morning to everyone. I'm Reverend Folayin Oluwasegun, NITDA. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Hogan Joseph. I represent Hoganos. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Victor on the technical support, Organos.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Francisca Elizama from Upperlink Limited.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Muhammad Megeli, and I represent Web Mobile Africa.
Good morning. My name is Tomiwa Adike, Web for Africa.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Udusami Agbolade, Lufem Systems.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Olajude Favor from Lufem Systems.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dayamola Olajumoke from Lufem Systems.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chibna Mano from Lufem Systems.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Thompson Okoyemi from Intech Cloud Hosting.
Good morning, everyone. Oluwatoyin Fadairo from Upperlink Limited.
Good morning, everyone. My name is David Atabo from Mugo Host.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Balaji from Mugo Host Limited.
Good morning. My name is Lillian, Mugo Host.
Good morning. My name is Omotola Olashini from Ghost Limited.
Good morning. Gloria Additional from Ugos.
Good morning. Ejiro Balogun from Ugos.
Good morning, everyone. Michael Ghosting from Harmon Web Limited.
Good morning, everyone. Olusegun Adeyo from my.ng.
Good morning, everyone. Solomon from Mama Web.
Good morning, everyone. Benjamin Olawe from Mama Web Limited.
Good morning, everyone. Raphael Ayo from Mama Web Limited.
Morning, everyone. My name is Adiola Raji, Upperlink Limited.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ekundayo Ogogo from Upperlink Limited.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Evan.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Olumide Goka, NiRA.
Good morning, all. I'm Billy Awotube from .ng.
Morning, everyone. .ng.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joy Lawal, .ng.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Busaya Balogun, .ng.
Good morning, everyone. My Itayo Yotim, .ng.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Abimbaladi B.ng.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sheikh Mohammed.
Good morning, everyone. Olusegun Akinwumi.ng. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nancy Salam. Yeah.
Thank you, the Secretariat. So we also introduce ourselves here. I'll start from my right.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ebenezer Dari, board member.
And my name is Adishola Kisanya, president, NiRA. That's all, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sean Kenzie, board member.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Abib Wahab.N.
So we have people online. I don't know if you can just project them on the screen so that we can equally look at them from here. I know some of our registrars are joined with us online. Is it possible to project them to the screen? Okay, so I'll just mention the names from here. So I see Aliu Garba from enroll.ng. I see Benjamin Chengyin from Soberman. I see Donka Denget. I see there's a name Enroll. I don't know which name is there. There's Gideon. There is Lawal Mubarak. I see, okay, Lufem is also here. Lufem called Lufem, somebody from Lufem. Then I see Mahmoud Soko. I see Mujid from SmartWeb. I see Salah Umar. I see Sadiq Amza Abdullahi. I think also from Suburban. I see Sheon Foloronshaw. Tonka John Issa, somebody from SmartWeb also. I see Joy Elisha. So we welcome all of you, and also somebody from Vista Technologies Limited. I see. Okay, so we're encouraging you to rename yourself, your full name, and the organization you represent. Just like someone has done, you have Aliu Garba from enroll.ng. So just rename yourself for those online so that we can equally, for record purposes, so that we can have that on record. Please, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, they also are sending their greetings. So we equally move on. So that's our item 3.0, introduction by all. So I welcome everybody once again. So we quickly move to item 4.0, which is the president's opening remarks. Mine is just to equally appreciate all the registrars for showing up here. For those also that are online, is to appreciate you. You know, based on our NiRA's model, without the registrars, we can't do any business. So the public-facing side, where we also do the businesses. So it's just to appreciate you for all the sacrifices that have been made. So each year we've been trying to improve on this as not an afterthought, to engage with our registrars to equally see how we move NiRA forward, how we equally do this business and make it beneficial for all. And the aim of the end goal is just to make sure that the brand name .ng and our national resource is fully utilized by the populace. So once again, I welcome everybody, and I thank you for equally sacrificing this time to be here. Thank you. So that's just my opening remarks. So we're on item 5.0. Let me first of all ask this: how many of us were available for the last registrars forum? It was done online. Can you signify with a wave of hand? Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, so we have some people that are here. So item 5.0, minutes of the previous meeting held on Thursday, 6th July 2023. So it was an online one. So if we could just project move to 5.1, reading, amendment, observation, and adoption of the minutes. So, okay, is displaying it, and this was shared, right? Okay. So if you have actually gone through this, and you know that there's a page for correction, so you can just signify. Okay, so 1.0, call to order. So 2.0, adoption of agenda. Okay. So 3.0, introduction by all. So 4.0, President's opening remark. 4.1. Can we move to 5.0? Okay, so 5 minutes of the previous meeting. So let's just take time, let's review this. Five point two, matters arising. 5.2.1. So that's first one, engagements between CAC, NETA, and NiRA. So 5.2.2, registrars incentive. Five point 2.3, I hope we're going through it. 5.2.3.1. There were things that I've mentioned. Okay, 6.1, 6.0, business of the day, 6.1, update from the registry. Six point 1.2.1, 6.1.1, flattening the .ng zone. 6.1.2, addition of another secondary name server. 6.1.3, support platform, Mattermost support platform. Scroll down, 6. 6.1.4. Coca updates. .ng dashboard. So 6.2 presentation of the NG domain statistics dashboard. So 2.2. Six point 6.3 feedbacks from the registrars community. Seven point zero, any other business? Okay, 7 points. I'm still under any other business. Can you scroll down? Okay. So 8.0. So adjournment. So for those of us that were actually present for this online meeting, and do you have any comments, observation? Do we have any? Okay, if there's no, please, can I have somebody to move for the adoption of these minutes? For those that are actually present at this meeting, you can just signify with a wave of hand, please. So I was saying, okay, you want to, okay, so somebody wants to move. Just mention your name.
My name is Mohammed Megari. I hereby move.
Okay, for the adoption of these minutes. For those online too, you can actually move. You can just raise up your hand if you want to do that. If not, we can have somebody from the floor. Do you have a seconder? We have people that attended the meetings, right? So please, can we have somebody to second the adoption of these minutes? Okay, this.
My name is Bolaji from Ghost. So I would like to second the adoption of the agenda. Thank you.
Yeah, adoption of these minutes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please, let's clap for both of them. Thank you very much. So we'll quickly go to matters arising from that minutes. Can it be displayed? Okay. So we have matters arising, integration of registrar-related metrics into the dashboard, which would enable registrars to monitor their growth and performance effectively. Okay, so at this the last meeting of the Registrars Forum, actually there was a dashboard that was built in-house by the tech team, and it was actually displayed for everyone to see. So there were further comments on it as regards making improvements to now tailor this down for registrars to be able to monitor their growth. So I think in course that's part of from the might take that from the update from the registry. So that will be taken. So the update is a testing phase, awaiting integration, and I think so there are some information to be given as regards this. So number 2, explore potential solutions to address the concern of long process of changing .ng domain name server. So feedback of this will also be given. We have the head of the technical team, Abib Wahab, is here. So he's going to equally give more information on this. Abib, you can raise up your hand so that they can see you. So thank you. He's going to give updates on most of these technical, at least the matters arising from the tech side. So, so from these minutes, I think there were several things that were, several discussions that were equally done. We hear of the CSC collaboration, and it's been an eventful year, not only for NiRA, for Nigeria itself. So you have new regime, new government, and as we are all aware, as new thing comes on board, you have new people at the ends of appear, changing things left and right. So I would just equally like to mention that NiRA, during the course of this week, we were at NIDA. So part of our discussion was also on this collaboration with CSC. And they equally have given their full commitment that the discussion around it is still ongoing. And the last thing that they asked us was to give inputs in the budget to be used for this collaboration, the CAC, NIDA, and NiRA collaboration, where domain names will be given out free for 2 years, with website for business owners as they are registering their business names with CAC. So this discussion is actually, our project is actually ongoing, and they've equally given their commitment to it. We heard this direct from the horse's mouth, that's from the DG of NIDA. So that's will be mentioned. So most of our concerns that were equally discussed or raised during the meeting, by the time we are equally giving updates, we will equally made mention of them. So to our online participants, so please, you can equally raise your hand or write your questions so that we can equally take them. As we go on. So first and foremost, I need to introduce we now have a registrar engagement manager. So which, this actually came out of some of our desires in terms of turnaround time and some of our requests that is equally not being attended to. So we have, NiRA now has a registrar engagement manager. So I will equally call her out here. Some of you might have you've met her. So, but I'm introducing her at a forum like this. So Bimbo, please let's appreciate her as she comes. So you have the mic, so just talk to them. A minute.
Good morning, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. My name is Abimbola Adiribe. I'm the new Registrar Relationship Manager. To those who are online, thank you so much for attending the meeting, and to all of us that are here, you're welcome once again. Thank you all for honoring our invitations to this wonderful discussion. Thank you very much.
I can say she has a lovely voice. So I know she had equally started her work. She went around visiting registrars, having online meetings with them. How many of us did she visit or have online meetings with? Oh, they didn't have meetings with you. Okay, so they are going to equally give reports from, let me just say, feedbacks from our visit, some of your concerns, and she's actually going to give a feedback of all what has equally happened. So we're going to go to 6.0, which is business of the day. First, 6.1 will be updates from the registry. Update from the registry. So okay, so we'll equally clap and bring up our head of technical services for NiRA. Head of technical services, Mr. Habib Wahab. Let's clap for him as he comes to the podium and equally give his report.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Wahab Habib, Head of Technical Service for NiRA. Okay, so I'm going to present to you the updates about the NiRA registry. The first one we see there is the COCA stability and software update. So the registry has been stable since the beginning of this year. Up to this present time, we maintain 100% availability up to this moment. That is the host, the machine hosting the service itself. So I'm putting 99% there because we experienced some technical issues late last month and early this month, which is not particularly about the host itself, but about connectivity. So we maintain, overall, we maintain 99% availability coverage. August 30 happens to be the last time we patched the registry. And we left it like that because after these dates, we've had a couple of new release from COCA. We decided not to, patch them to the recent updates, which was November 20. So we're actually having that in our lab. So the first stage when you want to patch production is to first of all, have a demo of that run in your lab. So we've seen that the new new release we have still have a couple of issues which we are providing feedback to COCA. All right, so for now we have a stable patch dated August 30. All right, so the second point about the updates is the network improvement. When I joined NiRA, I discovered that I discovered some network connectivity issues, so which we've been battling with for a couple of months. For those of you that actually experience this when we move around during our station, so you all complain about these network issues that sometimes EPP couldn't connect and all that. So we've been able to address this issue. Basically, what we did was to open the pipe, increase the bandwidth to accommodate more traffic. And I bet you we did a remarkable, what's it called, good job here. So I promise, this network connectivity issue has come to hand. All right, so the third point is the improved registrar services. Like President rightly mentioned, we now we have a dedicated registrar management, which is in person of Ms. Bimbo Aderbigbe, to address some of the, to be, registrar, first point of contact. So anytime you have issue, you want to find out something about NiRA, about our services, or you're expecting communication from our end, definitely will be coming from Ms. Bimbo. You can as well, come up with what kind of, any kind of idea you have in mind via email using our Mattermost channel to get your message across to us. So in order to also, because part of the feedback we got during our visitation was to increase, the number of how we actually meet with registrar, how often we meet with registrars. So to address that, we decided that we'll be having registrar visits biannually, 2 times in a year. One is going to be remotely, virtually, and we're going to have in person as well. Maybe sometimes, time like this in the year. So in addition to that, we'll also address the turnaround time. So we have also hired 2 well-skilled and trained support staff to address some of the concerns, because we hear that a lot of time we hear that when you send email, you don't get to see people from our end to respond to your email. Sometimes it takes time for NiRA to respond. To address that, we've actually hired 2 well-trained and highly skilled staff to address that. So we're also planning to add more before this year runs out. All right, so the next one is the premium domain registration. So the registration is always done from that portal, premium.register.ng. The price for premium domain is starting from 100,000 naira. So one of the cool things you get to benefit as registrars is that when you register a premium domain, you have a certain huge amounts come to you, like 20,000 naira come to you, which is about 20% of that. Even so, you also get equal percentage of 20%, even when you do renewal of those premium domains. So far, we've had about 126 domain registered, and a very huge number of them renewed this year. And lastly is the dashboard enhancements. To address the concern we talked about in the last registrar forum, that is to add a kind of a platform for registrars to be able to monitor their, to see the statistic of how they are being with the numbers of domain they've registered with NiRA. So we've actually developed an application in-house, which we integrated with the dashboard.register.ng that you all know. After this, I'm going to show you a short demo of that. So we've integrated that, so a registrar can actually go to that site, dashboard.register.ng. Then you get to register. Registration is done in such a way that when you get to this site, so it's just going to display to you the overall domain registered so far. So then you see the login button where you click login, and then it takes you to where you register with your company's name. So the portal only take their company email. So, and it can only, so the portal support just one user account. So there, if you have it, then you can actually log in and see how you're doing. I think you should switch to what's it called, that site, just for us to see. just on your browser, just type dashboard.ng.com. Sorry.
So as they are bringing that up, please, if you have, based on what he has presented, please, if you have any questions, you can just, based on what he has mentioned, you can just signify with a wave, just raise your hand up for questions as regard all what he has said. He mentioned some things around network, not only network and
support,
COCA
registry.
Okay, I have a question.
Premium domains.
Okay, there's a question. Hold on.
So my question goes this. As regards the issues, the technical issues as is registry downtime, can I use that? Can I name it that? So is there a way that if that issue is occurring, the NiRA can actually like store the domain registrations, and when the issue is fine, there's like an automated registration of those domains? Because now we have to manually activate them, like the field domains during that period. I don't know if you understand.
Trying to understand that.
Okay, so when the registry is down, when we have that connects 00 registry error, I believe that's what you're explaining.
Yeah.
That has happened last month.
Yeah,
and
so
this
the
year.
connection. Okay.
So we have like domains that are filled, right? During that period, there's no registration going through.
Exactly.
So we have a lot of them. So is there a way that I don't know, other registrars do that. They store like domain names when they have issues. Then when the issues resolved, they auto, like, we don't even have to do anything. The registration just goes through on their end. So it doesn't fail at all. I don't know if there's a way that the technical team can, or product team in NiRA can look into it and process the registrations of those field domains that are like on the queue that clients have paid for. I don't know if it's possible. I'm just asking.
Yeah, thank you for that question. So I'll take this as feedback. I don't think we have such process in place right now, but definitely so we will, have this as a feedback and then work on that. Thank you.
Sorry, thank you. My name is Lillian. Yeah, who goes? Yeah. So the portal, there are sometimes that you want to access the portal and it shows you out, right? I don't know. Even when you get to enter the captcha code and your two-factor, right? So I wanted to ask, is it necessary, is it a must that you need to connect to VPN to access NiRA portal, the registry portal?
You're talking about VPN. VPN has nothing to do with accessing COCA. VPN takes you from whatever you have into your network. So we don't, the infrastructure we have with COCA doesn't go through any tunnel. So it's available on public.
But this is what we've observed, right? When we use MTN, the most popular network in Nigeria, right? It happens. But when we use Airtel,
I'm about to get there.
Yeah, when we use Airtel, it doesn't happen. Right? So that's why everybody's not using VPN. So that's why I asked the question. So because even now, we're still throwing me out now. I kept struggling.
It's the same problem we experience in-house. I would say a lot of security attack we do get comes from that particular network. So in order for us to mitigate that, I mean, in terms of DDoS attack. So in order to mitigate that, one thing about MTN is that when you connect to MTN network, it randomly generates a kind of IP for you, right? So a lot of times we see those IP attacking, causing a lot of DDoS attack, for our service. So what we do is to generalize MTN network and block them. So sometimes we see the network address change sometimes within MTN. So when that happens, sometimes you'll see your M10 connects to Coca. So for now, I'll just advise you, use another network apart from M10. Sorry that that's happening. All right. Any more questions? Or I think I should show you this demo.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay. Okay, sir.
First of all, let me try and address the first question she asked. Now, I don't think it will be possible for NiRA to be able to track those domains that failed because we're talking of a connectivity issue. So that means in the first place, the NiRA server is not even aware that you are attempting to register domain because the server is down. You are not paying attention. Hello. So NiRA won't be able to solve that. I think that one will come back to the application that you use. So the application you're using should be able to know when you are not able to connect and keep a log, and then probably automatically retry when it is up. NiRA can't do that because there is a connectivity issue. So they don't even know you are trying to connect because the connection is off. So it is the application you are using that should take care of that, be able to capture that particular error, know or detect that there's an error, capture it, and then probably keep a log, and then be able to automate that registration once the network connectivity has been restored. Okay, that's one. Then the other one that you are talking about, one network or the other. Number one, I think we should avoid mentioning the is shorter, and for Airtel is longer. So what you're actually experiencing is the fact that cookies, Coca is implementing what we call IP cookie validation. So why you are being thrown out is because your IP address has changed, and therefore to protect you, just to be sure that your session has not been attacked by someone, you'll be thrown out because the cookie that was generated was tied to the IP. Now, because your IP address changed, the cookie is no longer valid. So your login automatically is terminated. So the advice I will give to you is don't rely on mobile network for your services. Move to traditional or dedicated service, internet service providers. I don't want to mention brand names here. But mobile networks usually have short list time for the IP. And because some of the networks are so large, they cannot possibly give you a long list period for that particular IP. Because they also get serious attack as well. So they also need to find a way to mitigate and reduce the kind of attack that they get. So advice is that as much as possible, either you use VPN, or the reason why VPN works is not because it's VPN, it's because it gave you a stable IP. That's basically the reason why it worked. So if you move away from mobile services as your service provider, whenever you want to connect to Coca, even when you connect to cPanel, the same thing will happen. Unless you decide to now ask your cPanel to ignore cookie validation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that clarification. Stephanie, I want to add to that.
Sorry, let me just write on what he has said. I think we all need to know that security is of essence. So you are doing a business that has so much security implication. So as much as possible, you want to connect without having that layer of security to the Coca. Coca will never tolerate it. Why? Because it's a minus to your business and it's a big threat to the registry. So as much as possible, we need to enhance our security. So it's important for us to begin to look at connections that are stable, because DDoS attack is a way of some people making money. There are people that will never make money if they don't attack. And there are reasons why people must attack. It could be to demarket your brand. It could be for fun or for anything. So it's important for us to look at better ways of enhancing our security so that when you connect, you can have a stable connection. So many a times we throw the blame on NiRA, but NiRA may not be the problem. You may be the architect of your own problem, but you will not know. You feel, oh, NiRA is down. NiRA is not down. It's because your connection is unstable. So as long as you are unstable, you will never be able to achieve what you want to achieve. So I think we all need to go back home, look at how to have a better and a robust connection to the registry at every point in time that you need to carry out your transactions on the registry. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Any more comments, feedbacks? All right, so let's see that dashboard. So when you log in, can you open a different tab and just do dashboard of registrar? Okay, so good then. So this is the first thing you see. Okay, so the next thing is for you to click this button, login. And when you do that, so you have to just sign up. Click sign up. Click sign up. So here you key in your company email address. I know some registrars still use at Gmail or at yahoo.com. So this can only take one user account for your company. So when that is done, so you don't get automatic access into this platform. So this is just a form for you to request for access. So when you key in all the necessary information, it's just going to display to you that your information has been taken. Then the platform automatically generates an email to one of our team, to our technical team. So we'll go through what you have, and then we will approve, and then we get back to you via email. And then once that is done, then you can now have access. Go to the first tab. So you can now have access like this. This is for NiRA. Then you can see total domain you've registered. And then if you scroll down, you can see some additional information of how you've been doing for as long as you've been with NiRA. And then if you still want to narrow down to maybe per domains or zones, click that. Then if you want to see how you're doing for .ng or .com.ng and all that, you can click, and then you see the results. We also have a completion of all these in graphical form if you scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah, you see them like this. So this is beautiful, right? So this is what you requested for in the last registrar forum, and we've been able to deliver that. And also, lastly, let me mention that we've added a layer of security to our infrastructure. We added a firewall, serving preventing so many things in the network. The biggest one is the DDoS, and that is functioning right now. Thank you very much.
Yes, let's clap for our head of technical services. So the questions asked from, I think you are clear, right? The ladies that asked the questions. Okay, thank you for that. So any other questions as regards the presentation? The last time we met, it was only the dashboard where you are only seeing what had been done by all. Now it was not there was no breakdown of it per registrar. So now you can equally make requests from each registrar can equally make a request to have access to the dashboard where you'll be able to see how far you were doing as regards registration, renewals, and is deletion. Okay, so you'll be able to see the statistics of what you are doing month by month and how you fare over the years, as long as you have equally joined NiRA. So how it will actually aid you to see what other inputs you can do and what other measures you can equally put in place to increase the growth. We actually have to do this because there is need for us to have to grow the domain count, the domain name count. There is actually need for us to grow the domain name count. So back to our agenda. So you can, okay, there are questions as regards this, right? So Abib, you still have.
All right. Okay. Can you go back to the dashboard, right?
Okay, no, just a question. Is there any reason why we have just one user account?
No reason, but I will feel you just need a single technical or maybe admin from a company, from your company to be able to access that. You request to have multiple accounts, and we can actually, make that happen.
I think that should be better.
Okay.
Another thing, what I call it, the platform, the dashboard.
Okay.
Is it possible to do? I think you were trying to say something. I was going to ask that question. Can we do anything about the domain name through that dashboard? Like, I mean, suspend, delete.
Okay. Okay. So this is just a dashboard.
Okay.
It's just a dashboard. So just to give you a review statistic of how you're doing.
Okay.
So it also gives you history of, whatever zone you're checking, so you can actually see all that. It's just more or less like reports. Right?
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, mine is not question. It's just more of observations and then maybe some suggestions. First one is the email. You mentioned that some registrars probably will not be using the .ng domain name. I want to suggest that you should enforce that. If you are .ng registrars, then you should not accept any email that is not based on .ng. That's one. It's a suggestion. The House can decide to rule against it. Then number two, I observe that the names of the registrars are not consistent. For some, you are listing their Coca username, while others you have their name in full. So I think that's not right.
Can you go back there, please?
They need to do that because the same thing appears on the register.ng when people want to register for premium names and the rest of them. So there's a need, if you're going to show the full name of the registrars, let it be consistent. Not that, because there's even a risk if you are displaying my Coca registry username as my name in that list. You have given the attacker one step ahead. So I think you need to adjust that. Then, yes, it's Lufem domains that is there. So. Okay. Then number three, you just have a drop-down list. I think you should change it to a drop-down with a search. I think you should change the drop-down to the drop-down that has a search. So that, for instance, you are going to Google Host, by the time you place WH, it should filter. So that way, you don't have to scroll through the entire list before you get to the registrar you want to use. By just typing the name, as you're typing is filtering the list, it makes it easier for anybody, both the public and even the registrars, to navigate to the particular registrars. That's all. Those are just my three observations.
Thank you very much, sir, for that good feedback. I think I should just note down all the feedbacks. Maybe I can just do one response to everything at once.
Can I go ahead?
Please go ahead.
Okay. I would just like to take us back a little bit regarding the EPP registry error that my other colleague said. So I noticed something, although Francis has already explained to me, so I don't know if other registrars might also want to get a better explanation from you so they would actually understand better. So I feel it takes .ng extension takes a while to propagate, which is not the case for other extensions. Yeah. So I don't know why that is. Is it possible to actually like fast track propagation?
All right, thank you for that. I'll provide my response after the feedbacks.
We also have people who have questions online, so perhaps after him, we can take those ones online.
You say there's no reason. Individuals who represent those organizations. So if you are from Google Host, we recognize you as Google Host, not the staff in Google Host. So check anything. 3 persons need to check anything. And they use a shared ID. They share that single ID. So that's the reason. So when he said there's no reason, I was like, there's a reason we have it. Because the reason is that it's an organization. The second thing is the .ng. I quite agree with him that we need to use the .ng because the .ng is a brand and we are promoting our brand. So any request that is not the .ng should not be granted because that is the brand we represent. So you can't bring a yahoo.com or gmail.com to the platform. As it is today, there is nothing you do with NiRA if you don't have a .ng is on one side, because that is the ID. Many of us, we have witnessed people coming to us to register domain in a hurry. If you want it now. It's because the .ng is being demanded, and there's no way they can have that certificate, that clearance without the .ng. In fact, if you have it this year and you need to renew next year, you come next year, they will ask for the same email address that you used last year, and it must be a .ng. So it's as forceful as that. Even if you are not a Nigerian brand and you are doing business in Nigeria, you must have the .ng. That is the law. That is the rule. And I think if it applies to people, companies who do business, then it should apply to registrars who are in that business, who have to oversee that business. So I think it's a brand that we all must agree to push. It may not be easy because many of us don't like anything Nigerian. I was in one meeting where they said we should have a domain. It's a church meeting anyway. And somebody said we should have a .ng. And somebody who, worked for Shell, is an IT person, and stood up and said, don't let us use .ng. If we use it, it can just die. And I rose up and I quarreled him because I felt that you are demarketing .ng. How will you say that kind of a thing? And he had to apologize to me, of course. You know, the meeting will end there. If he doesn't apologize, it will be the end of the meeting. So I think we should push our brand. It's our name, it's ours, and no other one can be better than it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. My observation is on the dashboard.registrar.ng. Since you said it's a registration per registrar. Oh, sorry, a user. Yeah. That's a registrar per account, something like that. Exactly. And it's such a wonderful interface that summarizes your activities. I'm just of the opinion that shouldn't be done in a way whereby, since you have your COCA is per registrar also, won't it be somehow cumbersome to have two different login interfaces? Why can't we have something that maybe from the Coca dashboard, there will be a menu whereby once you, at least you have to log into your Coca account to make payment, to deactivate domain, to activate. So from there, isn't it visible whereby you have a menu button? Once clicking from there, it takes you in to the dashboard, though you may not be able to enter your Coca more from the dashboard for security reasons, but from the Coca console, you can click a button and it will take you in there instead of you coming out, then re-logging in to check your summary. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think we should have more questions.
Okay, so thank you for all the feedbacks. So they actually welcome. So this is just an improvement, and I know the tech team will equally work on those feedbacks. So let me start from the last comments. Definitely we will equally need to engage with the Coca to have SSO, single sign-on, to equally see how we can equally integrate it. So once the users we'll explore to see if it is possible, right? So, but this is what the tech team actually did, purely in-house, and I actually commend them for it. So they will definitely look at a way of improving this. So in the course of where somebody asked a question online, that as regards the CAC collaboration from Muritala Omar, I was asking which registrar will be assigned to the CAC registration. That's number one. He said, according to the policy, domain name can only be registered through a registrar. How many do you plan to work? How do you plan to work on that? So if I'm not sure you were part of the meetings, the one that is online that we had, the previous meeting. Hello? Okay. So we have registrars that their platforms are automated. So, and by the time we want to equally commence this engagement, we're equally going to see and also check registrars platform that platform that are actually automated to be able to engage in these projects. If your platform is not automated because it's revolved around CAC, NiRA, and the like. So as registration are equally coming in, so there's a systematic way of equally pushing this to registrars that are equally identified to be part of this project. And the criteria is that you must have an automated platform. And once you have that, and those on register.ng, I think we have the listed all registrars, the platform are automated, are listed there. Once you are there, I think you will automatically qualify for this. But we will also still engage, because some might not equally want to do to be part of this. But I definitely know everybody wants to be part of this. Definitely we will engage, and that will equally take care of which registrars or so. It's for everybody. We are not equally identified. Maybe it is the top 10 or top 20. No, it's for all registrars. The only thing you need to do is to make sure that's okay. You have an automated platform. So that's to answer your question, Mr. Omar. So if anybody online still have further questions, please just kindly send them through the chat. So I don't know, you have any question, anything to, you want
Yes.
to, okay, yes. So I'll give the floor to you. Thank you.
Said that. So thank you very much, sir. Okay, so regarding the allowing the registrars to use Gmail to register for that what is it called, register dashboard or register.ng, we actually consider this, this option, and a couple of suggestions we got in ours was that some registers sometimes they have this problem of their exchange server going down. And then when that happens, so it becomes very difficult for them to actually, communicate using their in-house exchange server. So for them to be able to access their statistic, so we give room for them to use their what's it called, the Gmail or the Yahoo. I know this is, we just made it open like that for as just like more or less like a kind of option for those registrars to be able to access it. So now that we have talked about it, we'll see how to enforce that policies to not to allow anything different from .ng. So in addition to also the questions you raised about allowing multiple users, though I said no tangible reasons, I remember we did in-house simulation of that multiple user accounts. So what we discovered was that we discovered huge amount of traffic coming from each different user account. So the application, what to see about the application is that it's actually pulling data from our Postgres database. And so once it's pulling a huge amount of data. So for us to be able to reduce that congestion coming from multiple users, so we reduce it to a single user account. Okay.
What if single user and we have multiple people using the same single account to log in at the same time? Nigerians, we are very smart,
Okay, that's another area. So we didn't actually check. I believe with that, it's almost the same thing. When you have a multiple different accounts logging in, same amount of data will be pulled for every session each of these accounts actually pull. So there's actually nothing we can do to that. We cannot do a single affinity to that connection. So we have multiple single accounts can actually log in and access it. That is fine. But we cannot narrow it down to a single user to be able to access it. I think having a single user, per registrar is okay.
If I may contribute. Now, you said that you are pulling the data from your Postgres database. Okay, are you pulling them real time when they log in? If you're pulling real time when they log in, then I don't think it's a good practice. What you should do is to have it cached. And then there should now be like a notice that says that this is updated every 5 minutes.
Yes.
So that irrespective of the number of people that are logging in at any particular point in time, you're not putting pressure on that your database. So it's cached. Maybe every 10 minutes, this data is updated. So I think that's what you should do.
Yes. Thank you very much. I was actually coming here to add that when we did the beta testing, we actually noticed that and we indicated that. So you won't be able to have multiple people logged in at the same time. Having said that, I wanted to also say that this is the beta. So what we're doing here should probably be done in a closed session where we'll now invite registrars and we assess the system, or we select a few registrars and we send you a link and then you test it. And we've done it before. I remember we did it with register.ng, and the feedback from registrars, we're able to incorporate it into what we have now. So I think that it will be profitable if we send the link out and we say, well, let's have a few registrars, let's test the system and let's see what are the things that registrars would like. But I also want to speak to the configuration on Coca. Coca is open source. even though they do charge licensing and they charge annual license. Every modification that is requested on Coca, you pay for it, and it is actually made available. That's part of their licensing model. It's made available to every other user. What then happens is that they're not able to configure in a way that is unique to specific organizations. So if you want a change or a configuration on Coca, they test to see whether a large number of their clients would request the same thing. And if it cuts across board, then they say, okay, that's fine. You still pay. They'll still charge you for it, but at least it means that many organizations. So if we have a large number of registries who are also building dashboards real time, who are providing data, then those registries, then that will inspire Coca to agree with. But this was a conversation we had with Coca first to say, these are our thoughts. This is the requirement for us. We would like to build a dashboard. And we went back and forth for months, with them. And they were not really willing to link it. They were not willing to create any APIs. They were just not willing, because we understand that they would need to do a testing to see randomly how many registries would like to have this kind of dashboard. Having said that, we have other registries who already have dashboards and they're using the same model. So it just made sense for us to follow the same model. I hope this helps. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that answers all the questions I have here.
Is there any other questions? Yes. Yes, thank you. So like the Madam CEO actually mentioned, so we'll take this up and we'll allow detecting to actually work on this. So thank you again, Mr. Habib.
Thank you, sir.
Let's clap for him, please. So quickly, let's move to the next agenda. Let's invite our registrar. Oh, it's lunch? Sorry? Is it lunch? Please, this will not take time. Okay. Okay, so there's a question online. It will be taken. It will be taken, Tonka John. So please, you have the floor. Thank you.
Hello. Okay. Good afternoon, our dear esteemed NiRA accredited registrars, those who are here in person, and then those who have joined us online. Please, can we have the slides? Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, my name is Abimbola Adewibe, and I am the NiRA Registrar Relationship Manager. In the course of the year, we had engagements with some of our registrars in person and online. And I'm here to just present the reports, the feedbacks that we got from our registrars. So, okay. Yeah, so the registrar's engagement is NiRA's demonstration of its ongoing dedication to fostering strong partnership with accredited registrars. And for this year, a team of representatives from NiRA engaged with the registrars. The head of technical services, Mr. Habib Wahab, the head of corporate services, Mrs. Busayo Balogun, and my humble self. We engaged in a sequence of meetings with our registrars. So let's take the next slide. Okay, so in these reports, we're going to look at the objective of the registrar's engagement. We're also going to look at the key feedback that we got from our registrars. Then we're also going to look at the recommendations. So some of our registrars proposed some course of action, and we're going to discuss it. And then we have NiRA technical team response to the issues that were raised or the feedbacks that we got. Okay, so the first objective for this engagement was to express gratitude to our dear esteemed accredited registrars for their pivotal role in the growth of .ng domains. And NiRA was there to commend registrars for their unwavering resilience despite the challenging economic climate. And then we engage with registrars to also gain insights into the current level of .ng adoption. We believe that by fostering direct interactions with our registrars, we'll be able to listen to our registrars' pain points, and then we'll receive feedback from them. Then lastly, the reason why we engage with our registrars was to strengthen communication channels, exchange valuable insights, and then identify opportunities for collaboration. Next slide. Okay, so in the course of our discussion with registrars, we had some highlights, and these are the highlights. So some registrars mentioned that this year they have experienced some significant improvements in the adoptions of .ng domains. And then some registrars also emphasized the need for incentives in order to encourage them to continue the business of .ng registrations. And then some registrars also expressed their appreciation for the strategic event partnership they had with NiRA. So this year, most of the events that NiRA went for, in fact, all, we ensured that we carried our registrars along. We sent them emails. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 registrars join us, you know, to attend these events and to exhibit in our booths. Thank you. Next slide. Okay, so when we were having the conversations and discussions with our registrars, these were the key feedbacks that we got. The first one is DNS propagation. So most of the registrars talked about the fact that the current propagation period is about 3 to 5 hours and is of concern. Compared with .com, the period is long. So one issue raised. Then they also talked about communication. So in terms of communication, registrars expressed that NiRA doesn't communicate on time, you know, especially when there are issues, network issues, or any other issue. NiRA doesn't communicate promptly. And then in terms of domain transfer, so there were key issues that were raised in terms of domain transfer, transferring of domain from one registrar to the other. And then sometimes they experience some errors while transferring domains. And then payment gateways. They also mentioned that they experience delays in transactions, failed transactions, and then high charges on transactions. Then technical support. The feedback we got from registrars is that the turnaround response time is not as prompt as they expect it to be. Then regarding COCA dashboard, there are some features. So for some registrars, they said before the current upgrade of COCA, tech privileges used to be more than what it currently is. And some other privileges too are no longer available as it used to be. Next slide, please. Okay, so after listening and getting feedbacks from our registrars, we went back, you know, to our technical team and we said, these are the concerns of our registrars. How can we improve and how can we better serve our registrars? And so we took some actions. So regarding support, measures are being put in place to improve response time to requests and queries. And yes, I was employed specifically to cater for your needs. So I'm a call away, I'm a chat away, and in fact, just one dial and I'll be there. Okay, so you have support, And then aside from me, there's also another person that was on board here. So you have support. The response time from henceforth is going to be better. It's going to be fast, it's going to be prompt, and there will be no delays. And then DNS propagation, yes, measures are being put in place. I tell you, technical team are on this issue, and we are trying to ensure that the propagation time is reduced. You'll be able to compare it relatively with the .com. So measures are being put in place. Tech team, they're trying all that they can to ensure that this is improved. Then the payment gateways, yeah, the payments gateways, Flutterwave and mostly InterSwitch. We have contacted them. The tech team has contacted them, and we are trying, or to resolve this issue. So, but I tell you that we have initiated the conversations on how to improve the payment gateways. Then for COCA, a test bed is available to test any issue or concerns with regard to the production environment. Next slide, please. Okay, so these are recommendations from our registrars. Some of our registrars mentioned that we should increase payment gateways, improve the registration process for .gov.ng and .edu.ng. We should implement domain lock. NiRA can drive more awareness for .ng domains to increase trust in the brand, monitoring of registry to ensure that downtime are communicated promptly, and then increase registrars' engagement. Okay, so we had pictures from our engagements with the registrars. Please, next slide. Yeah, next slide. Yes, next slide. Yes, next slide. Okay, so some of our registrars had questions. One of the questions is, will there be an increase in .ng domain prices? So our president is here. He will throw more light on that. Question 2, when will the registrar's incentive be implemented? Yes, our president is here to provide more perspective on that. Thank you very much.
Don't go, please. They love your voice. Please just go back. So that all those questions, I think I'm only taking 2. The last 2 questions, those are the ones that will answer. All the other ones you ask. Can you bring up the slide, please?
The question.
Yes. I need to see those questions. Okay, they ask, would there be an increase in domain pricing? Let me throw it back to the floor. Should we increase? What? We should what? Okay, let's ask this question. At least, which of your domain names pricing have you not increased? So why shouldn't we increase? You've increased other GTLDs, and who wants to lie here that you have not increased their prices? Who? So, okay, let me answer your questions like this. See, now, it's not only that there's inflation everywhere. There's inflation. Take it. You heard when the head of technical services was saying, "Oh, we've opened the, what did we open? The pipeline." Yes, of bandwidth. It was not free of charge. It was not free. We had to be going. Yeah, I think the DC, the data center, most of them increased their pricing. I don't know by how much. It took us like almost a month. It was front and back. It's definitely, it trickles down to the bottom line. Things must have to change, and you want more no network issue and all those things, so that immediately at a click, everything will be, functioning, all those things. So where are we going to get the money from? And we still remain at the same price. Tell me, please, all those people that goes to the markets, what's the things you bought January? Are they the same price now? No, let's tell ourselves the truth. So definitely we're going to review the pricing. Yes. Yes, definitely. But we'll communicate before we commence this. We'll definitely communicate. But it took us months to, when we were negotiating, we were trying to equally see how we balance things. When the pricing from the data center came, we were just like this, just because of what everybody, they were not even bothering, they were not even trying to shift ground at all. They were not bothered. We just kept going back. There's nothing they didn't use. We use relationship. We had to use people we know in-house. There's no taxes we didn't use. They were not budging at all. They just tell us, say, this, you want to increase this? And definitely, the registrars are complaining that, okay, yes, there are congestion. And so all these things must be resolved. Definitely, we must increase the price, please. So, but then we will communicate when this will take effect and on the new pricing too. Please, you just have to bear with us. Thank you. The second question.
When will the registrars incentive be implemented?
Oh, yes. Yes. That is also, there are models that are being outlined to see which one will equally suit us, the kind, based on this model that we are equally using. So we might equally start looking at it, maybe based on what the kind of registration you do on a monthly basis or so. But everything must be tied to performance. Everything must be tied to performance. It's not about just getting accredited, that, oh, you're an accredited registrar. Try being an ICANN accredited registrar and you know what is involved. How many of us knows what is involved? How many of us? You can see my people here, they know what is involved. It's no joke. You must perform. If not, it's better you just drop the accreditation and just say, okay, you don't want to do the business. So it's going to be tied to performance. It's not just saying, oh, well, I'm an NiRA accredited registrar, and by the time you look at it, within a year, you are not doing the business. You are not selling, and you want to equally be benefiting. So the board are equally reviewing this incentive, and before we equally commence it, we also have a forum like this and discuss everything with you. So take it next year, we should implement this. We should implement the incentive and also the price changing, the price increase. But before we commence any of such, we will communicate and we'll give a timeline on when we will commence. Hope I've answered those two questions. Thank you. So questions from the slides. Is there any question? No, there's none. So we are clear. Any questions, please? Any question? Okay. So there's no question. So we move to, okay. Sorry. Okay, yeah, additional points from who? Okay, to the slide. Or you want to add additional points to the slide? Okay, so I want to, before we go to item 7, because I heard some people saying, is it lunch or dinner now? They mentioned it. So I want to call up, thank you. Let's clap for her. There was no questions. I want to call up our .ng Academy team. Let's clap for them too. We have an academy. So they are equally gonna, we'll just give them a few minutes to tell us what they do. Thank you. You can introduce yourself.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Olumide Koka from .ng Academy. I have here with me the Dean of Academy. The Dean of Academy. Oh, okay. My name is Olumide Koka from .ng Academy. Nice to be here again. This time last year we were here. I have here with me the Dean of Academy, Joy Lawal. She's sitting somewhere there. Just to tell you some of the things that we're doing so far. Last year we were here. This time around, we told you that we're going to revamp the .ng Academy, and we've tried to actually move the .ng Academy forward. Some of the things that we have done, we've tried to recreate the concept around the NiRA Academy. It used to be NiRA Academy, but we've moved it to .ng Academy. And our main goal is actually to develop developing sustainable digital skills. Next slide, please. Okay, so some of the trainings that you are used to, the Reseller Entrepreneurship Program, Media College, we've actually expanded it to say that we want to rely on collaboration and partnership with organizations by empowering youth and ensuring that the digital divide in Nigeria will bridge up the digital divide in Nigeria, as well as support employers. So we have all of this program. Part of this program are going to be related to relevant to registrars. So what we're looking at next year is to ensure that registrars will partner with us and collaborate with us in some of our programs. We have some series of webinars that we are going to be holding every month. It's an opportunity for registrars to be part of this and also collaborate with us. So if you are interested in collaborating with us in hosting any of those webinars, or ensure, or you are interested in bridging any of those digital skills around Nigeria, you have identified an intervention that you feel that we can actually come in, you can actually reach out to us. We'll be sharing our calendar with everybody, and it's downloadable on our website also. Also, another opportunity for us is that if you have trainings, short video trainings that you feel that can actually support digital literacy in Nigeria, we are available for upload on our website. So these are the things that we've done so far. We have this classification of product that we have done so far. Next slide, please. So to share some of our impact story, this year we have partnered with all of these organizations to do more like 12 trainees across Nigeria in various states. There's CITA, there's NACOS, there's JCI Nigeria. Currently, we are training 80 students in University of Lagos on data science. We had partnership with EFCC to train senior management staff of all security agencies in Nigeria. We also had the partnership with Lagos State NYSC to explore their skill acquisition, employment development. Yesterday, we did cybersecurity awareness for mutual benefits and assurance. And next week, we'll be doing, we're partnering with BPSR to train content and web manager of MDAs in Nigeria. So in case you are interested in, or I indulge you to call us and reach out to us, we'll be sending our calendars to you. We're available for collaboration and partnership in any form. Don't forget, our webinar is also an opportunity to partner with .ng Academy. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you. That's Mr. Olumide Koka. Let's clap for him. There is from the .ng team, .ng Academy team. So thank you for for that presentation. So question for him. So they are here to equally tell us more of what .ng Academy has been doing in terms of capacity building and the likes, and they've equally been busy too. So no questions for him? Anybody? Okay, yeah, thank you.
Good day, and thank you for having us today. Please, I just have a slight inquiry to make about the academy. I want to know, is it something that is free or people pay a token to join and participate?
Okay, for some of our courses, they are free. We do some as in form of CSR to actually intervene in a situation where we find out that there's a problem, as well as maybe we're using an SDG to measure a particular activity. So some of them are free and some of them are paid courses. So if you collaborate with us and say, oh, let's go to Kano to go and do some training, you have identified a particular intervention that we need to bridge, or we need skills that we need to build, then we can determine whether we want to do a paid course or a free course. Then we can partner and do a profit sharing around those activities. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Okay. So so if there's no questions, let's thank our coordinator now. Yes, I'm seeing some questions online. So for Tonka John, I think during the presentation from the registrar engagement reports, it was mentioned that the technical team are actually working on this. That's as regards the propagation time. Yes, they're actually working to take this, to reduce the propagation time to the barest minimum, at least to what will be working to work for everyone. I think we need to also take, before we move to any other business, there's also a question online. Okay, I'm not seeing the question again. I think there was a question around ways. Is that? There's a, okay, we'll have the question. I can't see it now. Wait, okay. So who is answering? Okay. If you have the question, okay.
Yes, I think Simeon from Vepex Hosting is asking, how do we handle WHOIS privacy for EU data subjects? Simeon, currently, when the GDPR was enacted, we redacted the data of EU citizens. So if you go to your WHOIS privacy, you would not be able to access that data. It's all redacted. I hope it answers your question, Simeon. Yes, I know it's online. Thank you. I think my colleague too is also going to type it in the chat box.
Oh, okay.
Just
okay, somebody is answering online.
Yes.
Okay.
So the data is currently redacted, so people don't have access to that data of the EU. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So before we go to item 7, menu and close, before my closing remark, feedback from the registrar community. So I want to pass the mic back to our audience there. So we want to have a feedback from you. Where's the mic? Please, if you want to talk, you have, the floor is open now. We want feedback from the registrar community. And if you want to talk online too, please, you can equally raise up your hand. Feedback from the registrar community. Please, so that we can make it snappy. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3. Any other one? 4, 3. Okay, let's start to take it by one. She raised up her hand. Thank you.
Thank you. So I just want to say thank you to
We can't
NiRA.
see your voice, so.
My name is Lillian.
Okay.
Ugo. So I want to say thank you to NiRA, most especially for the manager. Sorry, the registrar. I don't know.
Relation manager.
Yeah, the relationship manager. Yeah.
Okay.
So it helps us feel like we're closer, right? And we have someone to talk to. I remember that before we used to come for registrar forum to come and
You used to do what?
throw punches. Let's go and fight. But now I think it's a whole lot better.
Thank you.
It's getting better. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's clap for her, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Olusegun Adeye from my.ng. It's just an observation. I remember some years back when we were being trained on how to use the COCA interface. One of the questions we asked them is that, why is it that .ng, we can't hide the whois, unlike other external domain extensions? And the person gave us a reason then, but I just want to suggest if the NiRA can just add it as an additional services, because there are some clients who, this issue of security in this part of the world we find ourselves. A lot of people will just pick a domain that they see that this domain belongs to a big organizations, check the whois, and tap the information and started doing some scrupulous things. If NiRA can just help look into it, it can be paid for like other external domains. You pay for your whois, different from the regular domain registration. So if NiRA can please look into it, any customers who is interested in hiding his domain whois, that is the domain privacy, can just add the service to the domain. It will be a very good activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I don't think our policy support that, right? I might it does not. So yes. HCS, do you get his question? Okay.
Thank you, sir. I think this is a question that we have to take to the board, because as it is now, we have like the thick and the thin registry. So what we do here at NiRA is the thick registry. So that's why you have all the details. But again, we've gotten this feedback, based on the visits that we had with our esteemed registrars that are seated here. Okay. And I think it's something that, we can take to the board. The president is here, so I'm sure he's taking that feedback, and it's something that can be looked into. Thank you.
Okay, it is noted. Okay, thank you very much for that. So there's also someone here. Oh, sorry. Pardon me. Let's take in his feedback as it comes from any other feedbacks again.
Okay, sorry. Back up. Ask why. My name is Evan from Hostlag. I want to find out why domain registration is limited to just 5 years. Because we had a client that wanted to register for over 10 years, but we weren't able to. I don't know if there's a particular reason for that.
Also, still okay. She wants to answer a question.
Thank you again. Again, it's based on policy. So currently, our
Yeah.
registration policy provides for just 1 to 5
years.
years for registration period. Yes. Thank you.
It's not that the policy cannot be looked into. The policy can be definitely looked into. Yes, can be reviewed. So that can be reviewed. Yes, and can be extended. So there's a feedback here too. Please, one else.
Okay, I was going to say the same thing about the whois privacy service. We have a lot of international clients that are willing to register the .ng domain name, but the first thing they ask is the whois service available for .ng? And when they get to hear that, no, most of them most of them get discouraged and don't buy. So that's number one. And secondly, we need to make the .ng brand more publicly known. Like, I drive by Lagos State most of them every time, and I don't see billboards, I don't see .ng, I don't see advertisements and all. I can say that it's only one that I see in Lagos, and that's the Funshaw Williams office, and that's the only .ng that I see around in Lagos.
So thank you. And actually, we're improving, and right now there are actually adverts running on some digital billboards. Is it not 3 places? Yeah. Okay, in Lagos, there's one on the 3rd mainland, Shoki, and where now? Yeah, somewhere in VI. Yes, I definitely, they are all these digital ones. It's not the one that's just there for several months. This one comes displayed. This thing we actually paid for it, yeah. So it's actually running now. It's running. It's ongoing. So definitely the board is actually making plans for more of this brand awareness. So actually next year you will see more of it. Yes, and also other states. Yeah, we're actually taking it outside other states so that people don't just say, okay, it's only in Lagos. It's only not everywhere else. So we're actually making plans for this. So feedbacks. Any feedback? That's all. Okay. Oh, okay. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Now, with the request for additional years for registration, I think we should initiate a policy development process to increase the number of years from 5 to 10 years.
Yes, it's
especially
not
considering the fact that NiRA
actually
needs more money,
yes.
Registrars needs more money. So if you allow them to bring 10-year registration,
more registration,
it will help to bring it at par. And then this issue of propagation, I think we need to give it greater attention. Yes, it's major, because it's one of the major things that still makes some people to begin to
wonder,
kind of underrate or think less of the .ng. If you're able to bring it close, there was a time we were able to get 30 minutes. Yes, we have achieved 30 minutes before. The propagation time 30 minutes, and it was wonderful. So if you can get it back to at least that 30 minutes, it would be nice. Because right now it's more than 30 minutes.
Thank you very much for that. We will equally look into this, especially the propagation and more brand awareness. The board will look at this, and also policy change. Yes, most of all these policies, we've actually been updating some of them. Yes, according to the standards out there. So it's just that you have more competitions now within the GTLDs and the CCTLDs. So more people trying to equally promote. So that's why we are here. We are equally encouraging you to do more, so that we'll be able to we'll all be smiling, both the registry and the registrars. So thank you very much for that, for those feedbacks. So item 7 now, you can look at the back. I think it's all set. Item 7 is set at the back. So based on our agenda, so any other business? So any other business? Okay, yes. My colleague, equally a board member, brought up something as regards some registrars, accredited registrars not doing the business. So actually we have mechanism in place. So each year there are some recertification that you are supposed to do. And not only doing those recertification, you just must also do the business. I gave example of if you're an ICANN accredited registrars, you just have to do the business to be in business. by the time you cough out $4,000 in a year, just not only that, you do some recertification, you do some training. You also go to the ICANN LAN to equally make sure that, okay, you comply. They make you go through all those processes. And there's no way why you wouldn't equally, do business. So we also encourage everyone here, please, we need to do the business of that we are doing right now. Being registrars, you are the public, our own public-facing entity. You engage with the members of the populace. So that is for my own any other business. So please, it's just to encourage registrars. Let's do more. If we promote the brand, it's all about Nigeria. And I know by the time let's increase the numbers. Now it's over 200,000. So I hope before we come here next year, we'll be able to equally have good things to equally show, and as regards the numbers. And I will equally reiterate this as regards the price increase and the incentive. Before we commence any of such, we will reach out and we will equally engage this community, the registrars. So thank you very much. So any other business before I move to the next agenda? Any online, any other business? Okay. So President's closing remarks. So is to appreciate everyone. Let's clap for ourselves. Yes, thank you for sacrificing this time to come. Like I mentioned earlier, it's not an afterthought. We want to be engaging you on how to equally promote this business. It's all about .ng. It's all about Nigeria. We're all born here. We're all Nigerians, so we should be proud to be a Nigerian. So please, you do the business and you make your own profits. Let's grow the business together. That's why we are all here. Let's grow the business together. You have any form of ideas, please, let's bring it up. So just like the relationship manager said, it's a call away. And you can reach out to her if you can't reach out to me. So just or send me an email. It's very simple, president@nira.org.ng. So I'll get the email. So sorry. All right. So one thing, if you go to the secretariat, there's I've been reminded that I need to say this. So we need to take a group photograph before we move down to item 7. There's one picture at the secretariat. I always look back to see the registrars community back then, and it's been evolving. So once again, thank you very much for sacrificing this time. I appreciate everybody. Those online, I appreciate you. And thank you for joining too. So adjournment. We want to move for the adjournment of this Registrars Forum. Can I see hands up? Please give her the mic. Oh, before adjournment, okay.
Yeah, sorry, please, I would like to say that maybe before we think of increasing the price, since you said, no. Okay.
Your name, please, your name.
My name is Abdulafiz Akoshala. Afis host.
Afis.
Good afternoon.
Please, go ahead.
Before we think of increasing the price, we should think of maybe widening the market first, maybe trying to get more people on board. Sorry.
We should get people on board.
To get more people on board. So
okay.
use the .ng.
Yes, it depends on you.
Yes, we are trying our best.
Okay.
We are trying our best.
We too are trying our best.
So to encourage people to use .ng. So because not everybody have the financial muscle to actually buy even 1,002 or 1,000 something that's we are selling right now.
Yeah, their domain names cheaper than that we sell.
Sir?
.name, .ng, they are still.
There are
So please go ahead.
cheaper than that.
Yes. Please go ahead.
So we should think of maybe trying to promote it first to get more people on board.
Oh,
because
definitely.
What we have right now is too small.
Yes.
I mean, we have about maybe over 20 million internet users, and we have a 200,000 .ng subscribers. So we should think of promoting it first before increasing the price.
Oh, definitely.
And also, the issue of what is it called? VAT charges. VAT, yes. Yes, I know. Maybe we should.
Okay, well, maybe we should talk to web parents.
Maybe we should review it.
Status-free stuff. Well, you can see people are laughing. Maybe let's suggestion on what we should do about that. It's statutory. This
okay,
right?
Okay.
Am I, except if I'm saying something that is wrong?
Okay.
Yes, thank you. There's last. Oh, okay. So we have two other AOB from here. Or is it a comment?
Well, it's a response to the question he asked.
Okay, go ahead.
He's saying we should increase the number. And I think I should also let us know that the numbers are driven by innovations. The best way to drive .ng is innovation. If there's an innovation and there's a government policy that backs that innovation, then the numbers would naturally increase. Let me give you an example. If there's a government pronouncement today that any child that wants to write JAMB or WAEC should register for a .names.ng at the cost of 600 NiRA. And every child will have that domain pushed to their registration, backed by law, by policy. Automatically, the numbers will fly up. I just gave an example. That is the way government policy works. So you see people coming to register. Something is pushing them to the registration. So if you have an idea of what can be done to increase the number, just walk up to the president, share your idea with him. Walk up to the COO, share the idea you have with him. I mean, everybody chop. You chop, I chop. The table is filled. Yes, I'm saying it because some of us are not looking at it that way. We see people coming to register domain. We see people wanting to register 10 years, 5 years. Something is pushing them. When you see an elder running in the bush, if he's not pursuing something, something is pursuing him at the back. So they are coming to register because they want to take a contract from the government. And for them to get a contract, there's a certificate they want to collect to make them be fit to collect contract. And that certificate, they cannot get it without having a .ng. That is why they are coming to do the registration. So let's all look inward. Don't let us leave this work to NiRA alone. If you have a suggestion of how we can get more money, go to the team, share with them the idea you have. Since you have the idea, but you cannot benefit from the idea alone, you need them. You need me, I need you. We'll bring the idea on the table. We'll see how we can use whatever government, connections we have to push that idea. And then when the idea is materialized, we will all benefit from the idea. So I think that is the way we can grow the numbers. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's clap for him. Thank you. Yes, we grow the numbers by innovation. Oh, okay. So we have innovations coming up now.
Sorry, please, I remember that we talk about partnership with CAC.
We've taken that.
Okay.
Yes.
Like
I guess you came late.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I've mentioned it's still ongoing.
Okay.
Now you have a new is it Registrar General of CAC now? So you now new engagement coming in. So it's still ongoing. We're at NIRA earlier this week, and we have the commitment of the DG as regards this project that is still ongoing. Discussion is still ongoing on it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. It's still on. Discussion are still on as regards it.
Okay. It's actually in response to what he raised. I remember that I actually submitted 2 proposals to NiRA some years back. Yes, one of them was for us to work with JAM, because at the point, one of the key challenges that most JAM candidates have, let me bring this to the open eye, is the fact that they are not able to access their email. Now, one key thing that candidates need is an email. Their password and their profile details are sent to the email. And because of the necessity and the short period, they create Gmails. Unfortunately, for most of these students, when they create Gmail, a telephone number is attached to it. As a result of the peculiarity of our situation now, the telephone numbers for most of these students, they misplace it. Either it's stolen or they cannot even remember the number. Now, the password that they use to create that email, they said when they created the email, 70% of them forget the password. And a lot of these candidates are stuck. They're not able to retrieve the password. Though JAM has a creative method of them getting it via SMS, which many of them probably don't even know how to use. And that was what prompted me to drop that proposal then, which is to see how we could work with JAM, provide a .ng and work with registrars and the kind of a hosting an email for these candidates at whatever we can agree with JAM. That will give us over 1 million domain name in 1 year. Because JAM registers an average of 1.5 million candidates every year. Though there are about additional 500 adding to it. So the very first year, we can actually grow the numbers to go above 1 million. But one thing that we must have in mind is the fact that whatever we're going to do with JAM, the current registrar of Solid is always mindful of cost. So we'll have to have a special pricing and the kind of a way to do this thing. And then also such that we have to be able to convince him and assure him that this candidate will not be extorted or a breach of their data. But I think I can go back to my archive and bring it out again, and then we can work on that. If it's something we can push, particularly now that they are preparing towards 2024 registration. If you are able to move fast enough, reach out to him and see how, because it's a major problem. 70% of those students cannot remember the password to the Gmail. I know for Gmail, once you can, the only Gmail will give us an option to reset your password is the telephone or maybe your device. And these devices don't last long with these children. They are stolen or damaged or destroyed. So a lot of them are trapped. So that is one area that we can use. And if we are able to get this done, even if it's free, we are already laying the foundation for the future. Because if all these children are able to use email that is typed only to .ng, you can rest assured, branding, all the efforts we are putting in billboard, if we decide to divert the money we do use for one billboard to provide free email to 1 million candidates, I think we'll get better results.
Thank you. Thank you. So now you can see it's innovation that drives growth. Numbers. So I will give floor to my colleague here. He said he has a question.
Thank you very much, sir. I was just thinking through what you're saying. So does it mean that JAMB will bond the cost, or who is going to bond the cost? That's the first question. And secondly, is that these children, A.ng, the hosting, so configuring it, how should the process go? Can you just,
or maybe we should take this offline so that we will discuss this further, right? You have the same mind. So many people have in minds now. Is good. Okay. So please, let's take this as we end this meeting, so we can equally discuss this offline. But we need to take the group pictures. So yes, adjournments. Who's moving for adjournments? Okay, yes, she has moved, right? Oh, she didn't mention. Can you please again? Yes, move for adjournments. Sorry.
Thank you. Lillian Okonkwo, who goes? I'd like to move for adjournment of this meeting to a later date. Thank you.
Okay, let's have somebody online to second the motion. Please, you can just type you second the motion for adjournment of this registrars forum. Or you can raise up your hand. I'll mention your name. Anybody online? I can see there are more than 18 people online. Okay. Okay, yes. Oh, thank you. Gideon Oladipo from Gidi Hosts. I support the motion. Please, thank you very much, Gideon. And okay, Benjamin, thank you also. So we are closing that's adjournment. So we'll be saying our second stanza of the national anthem as our closing prayer. So thank you all for this awesome time. Thank you very much. Can you bring up the second stanza? Yes, thank you. Please, let's just rise. After this, we will just take the group pictures. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Yes, we are taking the pictures after this. So want to go? O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and listen just and true, great lofty height attain, to build a nation where peace and justice reign. Amen. Thank you very much. We appreciate you all. Please, let's take the group pictures. Thank you. Thank you for coming, from those from Abuja, outside Lagos. Thank you. Online viewers, thank you. Online participants, thank you very much. Yes, you can free now. It is time. Let's innovate. Let's start talking after the group pictures. So let's network. Let's discuss. Thank you very much. Thank you. So is it here or outside? Will here be able to take everybody? Where the photographer? Where? Or is there somewhere we can take? We need a group pictures, please, as fast as possible. Okay, lobby outside there.
Please, can we come outside for group photograph? Can we come out for group photograph? Thank you. Just outside. Group photograph outside.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending the .ng Registrars Forum. So we're taking a group photograph for those who are physically present now. For the online participants, we've also taken a snapshot of those who are present. Thank you for attending. So we are going to close the meeting now. Thank you very much for joining.
Nobody to the law. To them, they just want to follow. Russia doesn't give me a call. Oh, yeah. She know what to do. What do? What do? What do? What do? What do?